Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Sagar Mudgal from Mindspace Therapy Clinic. I hope all of you are doing well in these tough times. Now, for those of you who would have watched my earlier talk show, which was upon insomnia, I had given a very good ancient and secret Tibetan technique, which was specifically for people who are suffering from insomnia. So, I have been getting a lot of reviews regarding the technique. People went on and they practiced the technique, and a lot of people are saying that they were suffering from these problems since a few time, and the technique helped them a lot. So that's why in today's video I decided that I would want to talk about that technique in more detail, so that I want all of you to go and practice it, and especially people who are suffering from insomnia and who cannot sleep at night, so it will be best for them. Now, let me tell you about the technique in details. This technique is actually known as a rewind technique, and this is a very old Tibetan technique which is secretly guarded, and somehow I could get my hands over it from a very rare book I had come across. So, what we have to do in this technique is when you lie down in the night, you just have to start going in rewind. When you are lying down, you have to just think about what you were doing 15 minutes or half an hour ago before going to bed. For example, maybe you were talking with your family members. Then you have to go to your dinner time. Like, you have to visualize yourself having what you had for dinner, what uh, chats you had during that time with everyone who were around you. Then you can go to the evening where maybe you were taking a stroll, taking a walk in the garden. Then further on, in the same manner, we go towards the lunch period, and what you had for lunch, what you were having uh, during that period. You, if you were talking with someone, if during your work hours, if you faced some problems, then further on, we go to the morning, to the breakfast part. I'm talking lunch, breakfast, dinner because these things are more easier to remember. So you can visualize in this manner. And then you go towards the time when you first woke up from the bed in the morning. So this is how we do it. It is actually a very simple technique. As its name is, you just have to rewind your day. Okay. And now I will tell you a bit more in depth about it. This technique is wonderful for insomnia, but it is not meant for treating insomnia. This technique is so fascinating. It is meant for uh, much higher things. It is meant for raising your consciousness. And I am not 100% sure, but it is said in this book that once you keep practicing this technique every night without fail, there may come a time where you become slowly you start getting more aware during your sleep. This concept may be alien to a lot of you people, because what we think is sleep is blackout, but in terms of consciousness, it is not so. Sleep is not blackout. With enough practice and focus, we actually can remain aware during our sleep, so that that whole of your sleep period becomes like your meditation, and it starts raising your consciousness to another level. You start getting more calm. Actually, sleep is a side effect of this technique. If you keep doing it initially, at least for a few days or few months, you won't be able to reach from during your day from night to the morning. You will fall asleep maybe around dinner or evening period. So, and you will be deep asleep. Believe me, it works wonderfully. But with enough practice, if you keep practicing these for months, you will find that one fine day you are asleep, you find that your body is asleep, your mind is asleep, but there is something or someone which is aware. This can't be understood by words, you will have to experience it. You will find that something or someone, what you call yourself, that is aware. And then on, a new journey will begin. It is also said that in this technique, I am not very sure if this works or not. They talk about knowing your past lives. First of all, psychologically speaking, it is not 100% sure that we do have past lives. Uh, a lot of places you will find that past lives are whatever visions and what we think we have got visions from past lives. They are actually symbols which our unconscious minds gives us. If we are facing some problem in our day-to-day lives, the unconscious mind may wrap it up in a covering and present it in a totally different kind of way. So we may think that this hasn't happened in this life, this should be of our past life. But if past lives do exist, like in scriptures and in a lot of books you will read, that all that data and all that information is stored in your subconscious mind. Then if you keep practicing this technique again and again and again, maybe for years together, you may have an access to that dimension of your subconscious or unconscious mind where you may know all your past lives. This is kind of hypothetical, but again, this is by practice. Only if you do this will you know it. So the least benefit you will get from this technique is no more insomnia. You will fall asleep just like this. And the maximum benefit I can't even begin to comprehend or tell you. There can be many benefits for this technique. And if again you are doing and trying all these techniques, and I will keep giving you such tools and techniques, but at any time if you feel they are not working and you need help, it is totally fine to seek out help. Now you may ask me that your insomnia is still persisting. Whom should you go? Whom should you visit? So obviously a lot of people do not know. They might not have depression, anxiety or other problems, but only for insomnia you should only and only visit a psychiatrist. Because if you go to doctors of other branches, they are not well versed with treating insomnia. They might just write you a benzodiazepine or any other sedative without knowing how to start it, how to taper it. They may or may not know it, but a psychiatrist would be your best bet to go to for treatment. Now, a lot of people also have these qualms about taking sedatives and benzodiazepines. They feel that they might get addicted to it. So, yes, sedatives are addictive, but only in the long run. If you continue taking them for months or years without consulting your psychiatrist and without taking his advice, then you might end up getting addicted to them. But if you are taking them under supervision, and so then it is totally safe, because your psychiatrist would know how much to start, when to start and when to stop. That is also very important. And he will most probably advise you to change your lifestyle routine. And if by the way you are having other problems like anxiety, depression and any other illness which might be causing your insomnia, so he will be taking a detailed history, and then he will be treating the cause, and he may give you some other medication with it. So you don't have to keep on experimenting much with it or getting uh, tortured with this complaint. This is all from my side for today. And if you have any doubts or queries, or if you want to reach out and connect, uh, in the link below I have mentioned how you can connect me. Either you can WhatsApp me your queries, or you can send me an email if you would like to know more. Thank you. Have a nice day and take care of yourselves. Be safe.